I originally started electronics at the age of about 17, 18, doing torque measurement equipment, precision torque measurement, stuff like that. And then I went to university to do a year full time, got my degree, and then I came out and gone into a similar field, but rather than torque measurement, it's metrology. So it's precision measurement down to nanometer using multi-wavelength interferometry, which is essentially using a multitude of different laser wavelengths to get an exact measurement of an object. So I've always been interested in engineering. When I was younger, I'd always take things apart, figure out how they were built, put them back together, which is more of a mechanical aspect side of things. As I started to go through engineering, I was less interested in making things on a lathe and pillar drills and things like that, and I was more interested in computers and how things work from a computing point of view. My dad was an electrician, so I worked with my dad during the summer. We did electrician stuff, and I said, "Oh, I want to do what you do." And he says, "Oh, you're far too maths-based to do hands-on work like this, so have a look at electronics." And then when I looked at electronics, I did a course when I was 16, a level 3 course at the college. And from there, I got really interested in electronics and digital side of things. And then that's when I started to apply for jobs around that area. And then that's what led me into the industry at first. My dad was the key influence in me going towards engineering in general, and especially electronics. And my brother as well, he's older than me, but he did an apprenticeship with Eon. So he's electrical distribution, and every time I talked to him about his apprenticeship stuff, it'd sound really interesting. And I applied for his apprenticeship a couple of times, and I got through to the last stage, but never quite got through to the very end. But I was always really interested in that. I'm quite glad that I didn't get that now, because now I realise that electronics is my passion more than electrical. So yeah, we're quite an electric-based family. The team I work with now is quite a niche technology, and rather than engineers specifying a niche technology, it's more important to have electronic engineers in general. Before I came to this company, I had no information about metrology. I thought metrology was about meteors, so that shows how much I know. And since working there, I've learnt the skills I've taken from there, but it's the base fundamental electronics knowledge that's important, so that you're able to read the circuits, figure it out for yourself with help of others, what the circuit's actually doing, and then you can take that skills and move it elsewhere. So I've gone from having a base electronics knowledge around stray gauges used for torque measurement, and I've now moved that over to metrology measurement using lasers and interferometry, which I had no clue of before I started work, but it was the fundamental electronics knowledge that helped me process that easier, shall I say. Yeah, so everywhere that I've worked so far, I've always taken a bit. So even the bad parts of the jobs, even the parts of the jobs I've not liked. So I did a 6-month stint where I did industrial electrical repair, which I didn't like the job because it was very covered in oil and things like that. But I did also get quite a lot of information in terms of fault finding circuits and how to repair circuits, which I still use today, even though it's a completely different field. So at the minute, I'm working with the IET to go towards my incorporated engineering chartered status. That's where I'd like to go from a professional point of view. In terms of my knowledge, I'm always looking towards new technologies that are coming out, so I can increase my electronics knowledge as a whole, basically, because I don't want to be just focused on one specific point. Because whilst that's good for what I do, in terms of the general aspect of things, it's not what I want for myself. So I want to be interested in all sorts of electronics everywhere I can be. So I'm always looking towards new technologies, whether it's on the Texas Instruments websites, the new chips they've come out. I mean, they publish some good information on their data sheets, and they've got their forums which I go through. And that's where I'm sort of seeing myself going towards at the minute.